All right, welcome back, guys, to another video. This is just some updated recruiting news for Colorado Buffaloes. This is sort of old news. I wanted to make a video about this earlier, but I just never got a chance to do it, but I'm doing it right now. So you guys have already heard about this. This is not new news to me, but I'm just making the video just to make the video to get you guys to kind of, get my take on it. So this is regarding the five-star quarterback Julian Lewis. I'm sure you guys have probably heard of him if you are following Colorado Buffaloes. Five-star quarterback Julian Lewis. He shares thoughts on his latest visit to Colorado. So I'm going to read the article here and give you guys my two cents and give you guys my take on it. All right. So class of 2025 five-star quarterback Julian Lewis made his second recruiting visit to Colorado over the weekend and was once again left excited about the Buffs. So this is the great energy that's been sparked or that's been brought forth by Coach Prime. His experience, the Coach Prime experience, is something to withhold. I'm not saying it's a good or a bad thing. It comes with a lot of I don't want to use the word hate, but it's going to come with a lot of contention because people are not used to seeing that type of coach do it his way. That's broken off of is breaking off the traditional mode of what coaches are supposed to do. He's going to do things his way. And because he's doing things his way, a lot of young athletes are gravitating towards him. Okay, so this is a big deal because, number one, the fact that the five-star recruit is making his second visit tells me that obviously you liked something. Something is bringing you back to visit again because maybe you are kind of leaning towards Colorado and you just need to see something to confirm that, to justify your decision or justify you and your family's decision. So he comes for his second visit, and he also left. The article also says he left excited about the Buffs. Remember that. It says Lewis, and they're talking about the five-star recruit Julian Lewis. It says Lewis, who remains committed to USC. So he's making a verbal commitment to USC. Now, need I remind you guys, Caleb Williams has entered the draft. USC is known for getting good quarterbacks. If you look at their history, they're known for having good quarterbacks. So this USC guy, five-star quarterback Julian Lewis, he's not a scrub. He's five-star for a reason, folks. And if Coach Prime can get into Colorado after Shedeur leaves, that's going to be a huge deal. Huge deal. All right, so Lewis, he's basically made a verbal commitment to USC. He spoke with 247 Sports about his latest trip to Boulder. And this is what he said, quote, I'm reading quote for what he said. He says, Colorado has a lot of energy, Lewis told 247 Sports. And I'm going to stop right there. A lot of energy. That's what Coach Prime brings. My thing is that I want Coach Prime the energy that's up here, I want the level of play and the discipline to be up here. I don't want the energy to be up here and then the play down here. I want the play to match the energy. I want the effort to match the energy. I want the commitment to playing hard and smart to match the energy. Because what happens is that if you have too much energy and the energy isn't confined in the right path or in the right pathway, or if the energy isn't taking the right course of action, then the energy could be all over the damn place. That's when you get penalties. You get, undisciplined team play. You get lack of team cohesion, a lack of team chemistry. You get people doing their own thing because you have a team of individuals versus having a team of a collective front. If the energy is high and there's no direction, you're going to have the direction going in every direction. Therefore, you have no direction, if that makes any sense. So I want the energy to be up here. What Julian Lewis is saying is true. Julian is speaking the truth here. The energy is great, which is why a lot of athletes want to go to Colorado. I just need the play to match the energy. If that happens, they're going to have a successful season, without a doubt. All right? So Colorado has a lot of energy. This is what he says. He says Coach Prime is super positive and motivating. Everyone knows that. Coach Prime is a great motivator. Talking to Coach Pat Schumer and Shedeur Sanders, they want me to make the best decision for me, but made it clear that I have the opportunity to play early. So that's what they're offering these young guys. They're giving them what they want. Okay? With the incursion of the NIL, players are getting what they want. If you're going to promise young athletes that they can play early, they're going to go to a school that they can play early. Most players have to redshirt, no matter how great they are. When these players go to great programs, they usually sit a year or two. They do. Because you know why they sit a year or two? Because when they get there, there's another guy that's a 5-star recruit that was recruited before them that has the experience of being into the program who's up next. Unless that guy stinks it up. If he doesn't stink it up, you're going to have to sit. If you're promising this Lewis, 5-star quarterback, who's committed to USC, you're promising he's going to play early, that's something that he's going to consider. Now, there's a fallback with that. You push a guy in there too early, just like in any profession, you start too early, you don't sit back and kind of learn the ropes and learn how things go. You can throw him too early. You can throw him in there too early, and he becomes so battered and beat up his freshman year, it messes up his psyche in terms of his psychological perspective of the football game, because a lot of the times it's not even about your physical abilities. It also matters of the confidence you have within yourself. That's what I'm talking about, the psychological aspect of it. If his psychological aspect is broken, then he's not going to be able to go out there and play well. So you have to be very careful. You already have the offensive lineman, the 5-star offensive lineman that's coming in who's going to play early. All right? We don't have a problem with that. But again, it's great to have these guys on your team. It's great to throw them in there early. There's also a drawback with that, because you're going from playing high school ball to Power 5 conference football. There's a huge difference. And sometimes sitting out a year and coming in as a redshirt freshman is the best approach. But Coach Prime is trying to win now. And I think that due to his impatience, due to Coach Prime's impatience, it could have an adverse effect of trying to throw in too many guys in early, especially at the quarterback position, a position that, very important. We don't even have to argue that. The ball's in their hands like every damn play. So that's just something to consider, guys. He says that, he's going to play early. So I'm reading along here. End quote. The quote is over. So it says here in the article, it says, clearly Colorado University head coach Deion Sanders and newly promoted offensive coordinator Pat Schumer think highly of the 6'1", 185-pound quarterback. But several other programs are also looking to flip Lewis. Steve Wilfong of 247 Sports highlighted Alabama, Auburn, and Indiana as other major contenders. So this guy's wanted by the major conferences, major teams. So SEC teams want him. Indiana wants him. So this is a good guy. It's a good guy. You guys should go look at some tape. He's great. He's electric. While Colorado landed a couple of intriguing transfer portal quarterbacks this offseason, Coach Prime's 2024 signing class didn't feature any signal callers, and the Buffs don't own any 2025 commits. So, with current starting quarterback Shedeur Sanders expected to declare for the 2025 NFL Draft, Colorado could deliver on giving Lewis early playing time, which is true because they're not going to have anybody. He's like the only one. Like, they didn't recruit anyone this offseason. So that's just something to consider. Yeah, so my take on it, that this is good for Coach Prime, and this is also good for a recruiting tool. I'm going to tell you why. Because when other players see that other 5-star athletes are considering going to Colorado, it's going to draw in more 5-star athletes. And we understand the more 5-star athletes you have on your team, the greater chance you have for success. The less room for, actually you have more room for error when you have more 5-star athletes. But with their team as it's currently constructed, the coaching has to be airtight. The discipline has to be airtight. These are the young years of establishing a program where these are the dirty years, the years that are dirty. They're not glamorous because the wins and loss column doesn't look like you want it to look, because we overwhelmingly want to see them dominate to the point where they don't have any losses, or if they do have a loss, let it be one loss. But this is when you start to establish those foundational pillars of what you want your team to look like. Holding your team to a standard. Even if the standard seems like it's unattainable, hold to that standards. And players who can live up to the standards, stay. Players who can't, they leave. You want to keep the players that can actually remain and develop underneath that standard, Coach Prime. And I'm not telling you what to do as a coach. I'm sure you understand how to operate, but I still feel like there's a sense of desperation to hurry up and get as much athletes, to get as much talent as you want, and then you're getting the talent to try to fit your standard. I think that there needs to be a deep vetting process of players that come there. Not that, oh, please, we need you. Colorado is cool and hype. We'll have Coach Prime. We have a lot of energy. Come join us. I don't think that should be the selling pitch. I think the selling pitch should be a hard selling pitch to tell them that, look, man, not everybody's made for Colorado football. This is what we do. We're very disciplined. It's one thing to say it. Coach Prime says the D word a lot, the discipline word a lot. He uses that a lot. But it's one thing to actually show it and have that reflected upon your coaching practices. So I think that they should have a strong vetting process to let the players know that if you're great, we want you, but can you live up to the Colorado standard? And if you can't, it's okay, because you don't want to make yourself look too desperate. Because players come there, as if they're doing you a favor versus you doing them a favor. Okay, but I understand the debate, because people can say, well, Colorado is going to be on TV a lot, so I guess the players who go there get airtime. Okay, I get it. So I guess in a sense, Colorado is doing them a favor, but then they're also doing Colorado a favor. So it's a synergistic relationship. They're both feeding off of one another. But I want their selling pitch to not be, because I think that the theme that I'm getting from the recruits is like, come to Colorado, we need you. It sounds desperate, but I think the selling pitch should be, this is our standard. And that's it. Come, fit in it. If you don't, leave. I would rather have a slow building up to something that's dominant, that's going to be sustainable for the long haul, or versus rushing a bunch of guys and putting them in on a football team, expecting all the talent to just gel overnight. It doesn't work that way. That's where team chemistry comes into play. You have to factor all those things in. Okay, so that's my take on it, guys. Thank you guys for listening. I think this is good for Colorado to get a guy of that elite status to come visit them twice. So he may end up coming to Colorado, especially, he said it in the quote. He said he has a chance to play early. So if he has a chance to play early, he better start working hard, because it's not easy to come in as a true freshman and play well. Nor is it easy for a true rookie to come into the NFL and play well. Anytime a person is making a transition from one segment of a career to another, it takes a year or two to kind of get used to it, because there's a radical shift in competition. It's a radical shift in your opposition. You're faster, they're stronger. This is not high school. You're not going to be able to just do whatever the hell you want. All right. So thank you guys for listening. That's my take. You leave a comment below. Tell me what you guys think of this Julian Lewis guy. Tell me if you guys think that he's gonna commit, or is he gonna stay with USC? All right. Thank you guys. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. All right. Bye.